On today's episode of Who Did It Better, we're taking DC's Atom versus Marvel's Ant-Man. The nefarious nerds are going to weigh all the options and come up with a conclusion and settle the long-lost dispute of who is the master of size manipulation. Stay tuned. Which one's your favorite? Who do you think did it better? Find out what the guys think on this episode of Who Did It Better.
Nerd, nerd, nerd. Nerdfarious.
On this episode of Who Did It Better, Marvel or DC, we are comparing two masters of size manipulation, DC's Atom versus Marvel's Ant-Man. And they both came out about the same time. Atom came out in 1961, and Ant-Man by Marvel came out in 1962. What do you love and hate about DC's Ray Palmer Atom?
I always liked the Atom in the old, like the Silver Age stories. I like the costume, and I like the background and the origin story of the Atom. As time went on, I wasn't as fond of the Atom. They didn't really do much with him. He's always kind of a tertiary character, and was never really given to me. He was never really given a whole lot to do. Probably because he was so powerful. It's like, how do you? That's been DC's problem forever, is all our characters are gods with godlike powers. So it's tough to write for those characters and have any kind of meaningful story. So the story aspect of it is probably what I dislike about it, but that's more of a DC as a whole issue, particularly back in the 60s. So that's my take on Atom.
How about you, Gr8 White?
Yeah, I had to do some research on this because I wasn't familiar with the Atom. Not to belittle anybody, but having done the research, I don't know why anybody would know who the Atom is. I think, to Ken's point, having read some of the stuff about him, I don't know that he's ever been given the opportunity to shine like some of the other characters are, and that may be because he's overpowered, which does not lend to good storytelling. Obviously, if you collect Superman, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I couldn't find anything that really made me gravitate towards the character one way or another. There's not stuff I really love about him. There's not stuff I really hate about him. There just wasn't enough there for me to really care either way.
For me, for the Atom, what I do love is that he has the power to travel along phone lines, which results in being able to practically instant teleportation from one spot to another. So that's kind of cool. And then the other thing I love about him, I don't know, but I've talked about this series with Gr8 White, and his powers come into play in the limited series Identity Crisis. If you have not read this, you are missing out. And this is not a kid's book. I mean, there are adult things going on in this book. And his powers come into play. I don't want to tell you what they are, but it comes into play in this series, and it is super well done. So check out Identity Crisis, and that's one of the things I love. One of the things I hate, though, is he seems generic. His costume is generic. His character is blah. I mean, he's got no personality, no depth. And so I hate that. But on the love aspect, they seem to use him in ways as a story element. Gr8 White. What do you love and hate about Marvel's Hank Pym Ant-Man?
What I love about him, or at least like moderately, is he's generated a lot of stories just from the things he's done, becoming Ant-Man, Giant Man, Goliath, Yellow Jacket, all these other almost personalities, because that's, he's a little unstable. Let's be honest about it. And I love that, because you need that hero with an edge. He's always trying to improve and do better. I think that part of the character, the scientist part, always pushing forward. And being a little bit off, I really, really like. The things I hate about him tie right back to the things I love. sometimes he is his own worst enemy. He is the Avengers' worst enemy because he's so close. By the time they figure out what he's doing, they're already in the middle of it. So, but yeah, I think it all kind of works together. There's kind of a synergy. It kind of goes hand in hand. And I think that, yeah, I think he's a solid character. And I love that one character has generated so many different storylines and created other characters that come home and are part of the story.
Kenny?
Ant-Man is my second favorite Hank Pym character, only after Yellow Jacket. I mean, let's face it, Yellow Jacket's got the coolest outfit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and does the same things that Ant-Man does without the bucket on his head. So, what I like about Ant-Man is I like the outfit. I like Hank Pym generally as a character, despite having to correct Janet every once in a while.
Well, yeah.
But what I don't like about it is that they would just change him around to give him all the different characters, which isn't so much an Ant-Man problem as a Hank Pym problem, especially when they just ran out of superheroes to make him and he became just Pym or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. Just him in a red jacket, and I thought that was kind of silly. But so that's what I like and don't like about Ant-Man.
So I'm along the same lines as both Kenny and Gr8 White. I love that Hank Pym is mentally unstable. I love it. I love that he created Ultron. I love that he's tortured. He's a tortured person because he created Ultron, and he's got so many issues, man. So many. And I think it's funny though, and he's been on a number of different teams, Avengers, West Coast Avengers, and then he was in Avengers Academy. And I find the reason why would anybody say, "Hey, here's Hank Pym who's got serious issues. Let's make him an instructor for other young superheroes." Are you kidding me? They gave him children, and that was in Avengers Academy to teach. I also enjoy that his powers include controlling insects where Adams doesn't. And he can also, shrink and enter the microverse. And also that he can do more than just shrink. He can grow to giant size as well if he wants. Now, the things that I hate about Ant-Man is that he is great as part of a team, but not solo. He just can't be solo. He doesn't do very well on his own. And I do think that the movies missed out on a great opportunity. I liked Scott Lang. I love Paul Rudd. He can be in anything, and I'll watch him. But Hank Pym is such a rich character. Lots of depth to him. I just think they missed out on that. So it's time to vote on who did it best. Write the name of the superhero you think is better. Reveal your answer, Ken.
Okay. I went with Ant-Man. Ant-Man is just a superior character. He's got a superior outfit. Just does more well-rounded. Again, it kind of comes back down to me for who can carry a book.
I chose Ant-Man as well for a lot of the same reasons. He's just a more well-rounded, better character with a richer history.
And I chose Ant-Man. It's unanimous, folks. Ant-Man is the winner. What do you guys think about that?
I think that was no contest.
I think the only Atom comics that I have are old Silver Age. I don't even know. Was he in Kingdom Come? Did they use him in Kingdom Come?
I don't know.
It was Parasite that they tore up and blew up Kansas, right? Was it Parasite? I think it was Parasite.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Parasite. I was thinking Adam was involved in that somehow.
He had like a limited series, The Power of Adam.
Yeah.
I think in the 80s. And I bought it, but I don't, yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us. We've got more of these on the way. Make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Hey, before you go, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. We make these videos just because we love comic books. And we make no money off these videos. We just do it for the love of comic books. So if you don't mind, like and subscribe. We appreciate it.